Hey everyone, this is Jamie Wallace. I'm probably your great grandmama somewhere. Anyway, I am sitting in the bathroom floor, keeping it real. How many of you ever done that? I'm sure a lot of you have because most of us are moms. There's a lot that I want to say to you guys, and I just had to finally get it all out. I have like a whole page of notes. I'm going to try to get it to you as quick as I can. Finally just decided to sit down and talk. So, family is locked in the other room. I have an office. My husband is painting it, and I told him the kids can help, right? They're having a great time. They're probably just burning down the house. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So maybe I'm not always professional, but I'm totally keeping it real with my bathrobe in the background and my naked nails. That's the situation right now, okay? And I'm gonna talk about it. So this video is about hard months. It's about dealing with disappointment. It's about not quitting, because we all think about that. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about me and what I have to do when I have disappointments or hard times or whatever, and maybe it'll help you. So, first of all, I've been an elite executive. I think I was maybe 18 months or so since I made it the first time. And I had only had 1 month in there that I had missed it, and then I was going on, 13, 14 months of having it consecutively. For elites, that's kind of like a big deal. You want to have it consecutive. And last month, I lost it, and I only got Premier Executive, and boo-hoo, I know, right? But it was hard for me because that was kind of my goal every month, keep Elite Executive. So I've been thinking a lot about disappointments and how do we deal with them, because I think a lot of us this time of year are like, is this for me? I'm disappointed. It's a hard time of year. It's not Christmas anymore. Sales aren't easy anymore. So you're just questioning everything because we're women and we question ourselves all the time, right? So something that has helped me to get through times of disappointment, there's kind of a process that I go through. First thing is, be disappointed. I am pissed. I'm sad that I didn't make Elite. Dang it. Okay, I wanted to do it every month. I didn't do it. Maybe it didn't hurt my paycheck. It sure hurt my pride. Be disappointed. You guys, I made a whole batch of cupcakes with my kids, and my kids have eaten like 2 of them. I've eaten the most of them, okay? I like cupcakes. Call yourself a Waaaaaambulance. Joanna Norton, you and I joke about that. But seriously, when you're disappointed about something, it's okay. Be disappointed about it for a little bit. As long as you don't let yourself stay there. And I think that is the key, is not to let yourself stay there. For me, it means just kind of analyzing it, going over it. When you miss a rank or miss a goal, you can look at other people and blame them. And maybe, it's the reality of our business is everything we do depends kind of on our team or our customers. We depend on people for everything. I really feel like when you succeed, you need to blame your team and your customers and acknowledge that you worked hard for it too. When you fail, you look at yourself. You don't ever look at your team. So when I didn't get Elite last month, I'm not looking at someone saying, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I'm looking at myself with a very real view. And I'm big on you get what you deserve. And honestly, guys, I had a baby in the past year. For the majority of the last year, all of it, I was pregnant and I had a baby. So realistically, I didn't put in as much work. My recruiting numbers weren't as big. There were times when I wasn't feeling good. Maybe I didn't deserve an Elite paycheck this last time. Maybe I wasn't leading my team as I should be. Maybe there's things that I can improve on. I know there are things I can improve on. So looking at myself realistically really helps me kick myself in the butt if I need it, okay? So, there's things I could have done better with my leaders, with my team, with my recruiting, with my personal sales. And I kind of went through that after I ate like my 10 cupcakes, okay? So, and maybe I needed to eat more cupcakes while I thought about all of that, okay? And then the next thing is just give yourself some grace. I did have a baby in the past year. I'm sure we all had things going on. Real life happens. We all have our priorities. And give yourself grace. You know what? Celebrate the successes that you did have. So maybe you didn't maintain your team manager title, or maybe you didn't maintain your lead title, but you know what? Maybe you were active for a few months. Or maybe you did keep working with your team and you saw some promotions on your team. You know, for me, yeah, I missed 1 month at Elite, but you know what? I kept Elite for a long time while I was pregnant, while I was having a baby. And, you know, I feel like I've kind of prioritized my family in a better way. And I have things running there the way that I want and putting my kids first. And there are things I can improve on, but there's also things that I've done well. And you need to acknowledge those things, or else you're not going to be able to move on in a positive way. And then I think when you do move on, you've got to do it with a plan. And there's a quote that I read recently. There's a preacher in America. I think it's like the biggest church in America. His name is Craig Groeschel. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this quote is, "It's often the small things that nobody sees that result in the big things that everybody wants." And in this business, you know, everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants those higher ranks. But what those take is a lot of small things that nobody's going to see. Examples of these small things: staying up late, excuse me, following up with a customer, training calls, Power Jam. You guys, Jamboree gives us so much training. And if you take advantage of it, yeah, maybe no one sees. Maybe no one's going to give you a gold star because you were on one of these calls that Jamboree did. But I promise, in the long term, these things add up to your business. And, you know, building my business, and anyone in the higher ranks will tell you, it was a lot of hard work, personal work. Being on those training calls, checking your dash every day for the information and the training that Jamboree provides, following up with your customers, booking those parties, meeting with recruits, helping your team move along, putting that time into your team, thinking of new ideas that you want to try, networking with other leaders, asking them what they're doing well. You guys, we are in a performance-based business, but nobody really always sees the work that we put in. They only see our performance, and in a lot of ways that can put a lot of pressure on us. But I really believe that if you're faithful in the little things, it's going to add up to something big. So if you have a big goal, I hope that you'll be doing the little things. We've got a Power Jam recruiting coming up that Jamboree is providing for us. All kinds of training calls. You guys check your calendars. I promise, if you learn and learn and learn and learn and then put those things into practice, make yourself have some business hours, some power hours, put the time in, it will add up. Your business will turn around. And you know, for me, looking back, you know, maybe I lost my rank and I could say, oh, so-and-so didn't do this, so-and-so did that. No, it was me, you guys. I've had a rough year, or a busy year at least, and I haven't put as much time into my business. And I mean, do I regret that in some ways? Maybe. Is it just part of life, time of life I'm in? Maybe. But I've got to move on, and I've got to do it in a positive way. And you'll notice a lot of my videos, my baby is in here. Well, she's not right now. Guys, she is sleeping in her crib. Woohoo! For sleeping babies. And it's time to work for me now. Not that I haven't been working, but, you know, it's just life. Take your failures and realize that, you know, you're capable of turning it around, and only you are capable of turning it around. And then one last thing for me is just keeping your joy. So sometimes when I get caught up and I get tired and I wonder if this is for me because, right, that's what we do, or like, oh, maybe I'm not adequate. I've got to do what it takes to keep my joy. So in Jamboree, I think of that first time that I put Jamboree on and how cool it was and how fun it was and how fun it was to share. I think of my first party and how I was just taking pictures and having fun and sharing with my friends. And honestly, sometimes I even throw out my party script and just kind of put myself in the mind frame of where I was at when I started Jamboree and try to act like that and have fun with it and post a fun game or post a fun picture. It doesn't have to be this whole script. Just be yourself. Another thing that helps me is just thinking about back to the very beginning. You guys, I was so excited in the very beginning when I got I would check my orders and, you know, maybe I had a $45 order. I got $13.50 in commission and I was excited about that. And I told my husband, woo, I can pay for part of lunch today, you know? Or maybe as I worked up and I got a paycheck where it was like, woohoo, I can pay for my groceries today. Like, those things meant a ton for me. And so to look back on those things really helps me to be thankful for where I've come. Jamberry has provided a ton of things for my family, and a lot of you have heard about those. But, you know, the whole children starving in Africa thing, I think there's something to it. I know our moms all tell us there's children starving in Africa. I've been guilty of telling my kids that. But seriously, you guys, there is always someone in a worse position than you, and there is always something to be thankful for. So, boohoo, maybe you didn't get the rank you wanted or the goal you wanted, but there is something that you can be thankful for, and there is something to celebrate. I hope that you'll just know that there is an ebb and flow in this business. There are good months, there are hard months, and the people that stick it through and are faithful in those little things and have a positive perspective, those are the people that are going to stick around and going to see the benefits of it, and they're huge benefits. Another thing that helps me keep my joy is talk to somebody that can help me do that. For me, it's my husband or my sister or my mom. Talk to your biggest fan. Seriously, even people at Elite Executive, when we fail, we question ourselves. And I was doing that. And I was talking to my husband and telling him, you know, can I really do this long term? I don't know. And you know what he said to me? He said, Jamie, you have always done what you put your mind to. Anything you've decided you're going to do, you're going to do it. So just think about what you're going to do and go do it, because you always have. And those words meant so much to me. Somebody having confidence in you really means a lot. And so when you're in that place where you're questioning yourself, I hope that you'll find that person. Find that time that you need to. Maybe you're somebody who, you know, for me, reading my Bible, my faith is important to me. I need to get that time. I need to remember my priorities and who I am, not just in Jamberry. You've got to have your self-confidence coming from a place that may not be Jamberry. So I just wanted to share this with you guys before. I'm heading to an executive retreat this week. If you've never been to one, you guys are amazing, and I can't wait until all of you can go to one. Jamberry just spoils you, and they really show you how much they love you and appreciate you and everything that you've done. And you know what? Every single person going to that retreat has taken the time to do these little things, and they've put in hours that nobody knows about, and they've done the little things over and over and over again that seem tedious, and it has resulted in big things. And you know what they've also done is they've been disappointed. They've probably had parties that were zero. They've probably had a recruit that they thought was going to be amazing, and then they did nothing. They've missed a rank probably. Okay, we all have, but it's got to be, you've got to run the long race. You've got to run your race. You've got to decide what your goals are and move forward, and know there's going to be disappointments, but you've got to get through them. So I just hope that you know, January, you know, if you're having a rough month, only you can turn it around. Only you can put yourself out there, go get your bookings, go ask people to host a party, throw a party on your own, sit down, have those office hours. I mean, only you can turn it around. And I hope that you'll remember that January is double trip points. January is extra hostess rewards. It is not too late to message somebody today, and guess what? Get a party booked for tomorrow or this weekend or the end of the month. And I hope that you will, because you know what? When I have a dip in my life, there's two choices. I can run away and cry and have a cupcake and call the Waaaaaambulance, and I usually do that for a minute or two. But then I can also push back, and that's the kind of person that I am. I push back. I fight. When things get harder, I get tougher and I get more determined, and I hope that you will too. So I'm sorry this has been a long video. I just really wanted to share my perspective with you guys this month and going into this year. There's going to be great times. There's going to be hard times. I'm not going to quit fighting. I'm going to do what I can, and I know that you will too. So anyway, I hope you guys just have a great week, and the next executive retreat, I'm excited for this one because I have some new people coming with me, and I'm excited for the next one because I know by then there will be those of you that have worked. And I'm done eating my cupcakes. My naked nails are about to have some jams on them. So I hope my red lipstick's going on. So I hope that you guys will join me in that and just move forward and fight this month and this year.